political and civic spheres in their communities, their nations, and the world. The right to press freedom is enshrined in Bangladesh's constitution, as well as the fashion and the press.
কেনাকাটায় 100% পর্যন্ত ক্যাশব্যাক, সাথে জিতে নিন BMW গাড়ি সহ হাজার হাজার অবিশ্বাস্য সব পুরস্কার।
দেশি নগদে বেশি লাভ।
Article 19 states, quote, "Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers." To the members of the media here today, we applaud the risk you take to tell the truth, even when it is dangerous. To fellow guests representing members in election periods, be they local or national. To have a free and fair election, journalists must be able to fully inform the public. This means they must be able to cover events without fear of harassment, intimidation, or violence. Additionally, journalists must have access to information and be able to protect their sources. Each of us has a responsibility to recognize and protect the value of press freedom and to protect it. This includes the government, owners of media organizations, civil society leaders, political parties, and international organizations. It includes us all. Leaders should exercise responsibility when speaking about the media. It is one thing to disagree with a report and say, "I disagree with this report, and here are the reasons why." However, it is another thing to employ dehumanizing or intimidating rhetoric against journalists and label them as adversaries. That is dangerous and unacceptable. World Press Freedom Day is an occasion to remind all government officials of the weight their words carry and the impact these words can have on the safety and security of journalists. Leaders must set a positive example and foster an environment where journalists are free to do their work, to ask difficult questions, to report the facts as they understand them without fear of retribution or harm. Journalism is not a crime. I'm going to repeat, journalism is not a crime. Journalists should not be punished or face criminal charges just for doing their jobs. It is not enough to have a constitutional provision or law that protects journalists on paper. Leaders must demonstrate every day by their words and actions that they truly believe in press freedom. Protecting media freedom benefits societies in many ways. By protecting media freedom, a society is more prosperous. Studies have shown that countries with more freedom have greater economic growth. The reason for this is simple. A free press promotes transparency, which increases accountability as it helps reduce corruption and fosters a business-friendly environment. A free press is also essential for promoting human rights and social justice. Journalists play a critical role in expressing human rights abuses and promoting accountability. For example, in Bangladesh, journalists have exposed government corruption, environmental abuses, and human rights violations. They can also promote gender equality by ensuring that women's voices are heard and their experience represented. Press freedom is like a bright light that shines in the dark corners of society. Suppressing press freedom eliminates the light and allows the darkness of impunity and wrongdoing to thrive. When we see opposition newspapers banned, journalists or their families attacked or arrested, or editors sued over violations of a flawed law, we are gravely concerned that press freedom and democracy is at stake. Together, let us uphold the principles of media freedom and allow the light to shine. Let us resist efforts to silence critical voices or limit the scope of the media. Let us work together to build a more just, equitable, and prosperous